Hello and welcome to this special discussion on what seems to be an emerging North South battle in political terms. Of course, it has been revolving around the issue of delimitation at this point of time, but in the run up to the delimitation issue, we have seen South Indian politicians and North Indian politicians clashing over three language formula, two language formula, the imposition of Hindi, and general violation of federal principles by the Indian government. At the center of this battle has been M.K. Stalin, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and the leader of Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, who has now been joined by Karnataka's Congress Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who has also questioned the delimitation process, something that will work against the South Indian state. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, in the meantime, had stated that this will not harm the South Indian states. To discuss this emerging North-South tussle, we have with us Vijayasankar Ramachandran, senior journalist, group editor of The AIDEM, and the former editor of Line magazine. Vijay, of course, is an authority on South Indian politics, and especially on Tamil Nadu politics, along with the social situation in the state. Vijay, welcome to this interaction. As I was saying in the preface, we seem to be seeing a tussle between North and South now, because the North is now more or less dominated by states ruled by the BJP or its allies, and the South has got a number of states which are ruled by the opposition. And of course, central to this is the delimitation issue. What is your take on this?
No, this North-South issue was originally raised by DMK when it was growing. Dravidian movement actually, if you trace it to its origin, it started in 1916 with the launch of something called a non-Brahmin manifesto. The basic argument in non-Brahmin manifesto was that 93% of Brahmins who live in this area, Madras Presidency, they have cornered about 75-80% of all the civil service posts, all the government posts. No, posts, positions, bureaucracy. So even ICS exams, so from Tamil Nadu, mainly it is Brahmin. So this was issue raised by the non-Brahmin manifesto in 1916. So this is the basis of that. And around the same time, another movement also came into existence. It was called Tani Tamil Iyakam. That is a pure Tamil movement. These are two sides of the same Dravidian movement. While the Justice Party, which is there is a non-Brahmin manifesto was issued by the leaders of a party called Justice Party. Actually, it is its original name was South India Liberal Federation. They launched it as a joint stock company, but they had a newspaper, and immediately they started newspaper to express genuine grievances of the non-Brahmin. So they posed a question as Brahmin, non-Brahmin. So this is the major Dravidian ideology. There is no actually strict divide like Brahmin, non-Brahmin, except culturally. But they posted, and around the same time, Tani Tamil Iyakam, pure Tamil movement by Maraimalai Adigal. That is again, it is against the domination of Sanskrit, because those days Tamil, it used to be called Manipravala Nadai. It used to be mixed Sanskrit and other, even though there are some words. So they wanted pure Tamil movement. And they wanted a Tamil renaissance. So these two streams were developing in Tamil Nadu. And even Periyar, another very figure who is at the center of all these controversies, he was in the Justice Party. He was in the Congress. He was a congressman, basically. He was a great admirer of Mahatma Gandhi. We thought Mahatma Gandhi will do something about social question, that is social justice. And but over a period, he was disappointed that Gandhi supported Varnashram Dharma. When Gandhi spoke about it, Varnashram Dharma, saying that it's only division of labor, so Periyar along with Ramanathan, another his colleague, they went to Bangalore and had a meeting with him. So Varnashram Dharma, Gandhi stood by Varnashram Dharma. So this is the basis. See, Brahmin, non-Brahmin, Sanskrit versus Tamil. Okay, this is the issue. The real question was the Justice Party's focus was on government jobs, education. They wanted reservation. Okay, this is the basic struggle. Later, after Periyar raises the social question. He wants reservation as early as
Right.
1916, before Justice Party time, but Congress doesn't accept it. He walks out of a conference and he joins this self-respect movement. Self-respect movement is the basic argument. Tamils, Dravidians, they are being subjugated by Aryans who speak Sanskrit, and Aryan
Okay.
actually by implication is Brahmin. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is the struggle. So what happened was in 19
This is the largest struggle, and
largest struggle. No, from only from when you start from here, you'll understand the real significance of the movement. But
right.
when the first elections were held, the Montague Chelmsford reform, they wanted to share some power with the government, and they held elections, which was boycotted by the Congress. Congress boycotted the election, but Swarajya Party contested the election within the Congress because they wanted to contest the election. In that election, Justice Party came to power. So this is the starting point of the struggle, and they came to power in 1921, and within 2 years they passed an order called Communal Representation Act, giving a proportional representation to Brahmins, non-Brahmins, Mohammedans, and Anglo-Indians. That is the scheme. So this is the basis of Tamil Nadu's reservation story. So when these two streams, one social justice stream which sought communal representation, equal representation for all castes, not only Brahmins. Brahmins also had some reservation there. And this Tanit Tamil Iyakkam was, they were developing. So 1937, Rajaji comes to power, Rajagopalachari, Congress government. And the new government is under the Government of India Act. So before that, the Sanskrit versus Tamil is also has an interesting history. This Orientalists like Max Muller and others, they wanted to, they really wanted to study Sanskrit, and they were started praising Brahmins, even Annie Besant, and that kind of. So they thought that Sanskrit is the basis. Sanskrit, upholding Sanskrit as a great language, that was happening. But the arrival of missionaries came to India, and they started exploring Tamil literature, ancient Tamil literature. Ziegenbalg, one German priest who came and settled here, he set up the first Tamil press. Then Caldwell wrote about, first time he wrote about Dravidian languages, comparative grammar of Dravidian language. So Tamil consciousness was also developing, as opposed to Sanskritization and maximum Orientalists as an opposition to Orientalists. So this is the basis of Tamil Sanskrit, that conflict. So what happened in 1937? Rajaji, as soon as he came to power, he addressed a meeting in Chennai where he said that Hindi will be imposed. And 1938 actually he imposes Hindi. Compulsory, makes it compulsory in the first three forms of school. They used to call it three forms. Immediately what happens is, from 1937 onward, there's a lot of unrest. And another very interesting fact is, because of the communal representation, social justice policy, a section of Tamils also come up, especially Tamil scholars. So this social justice movement and pure Tamil movement and Tamil scholars and people who started love that language, Tamil lovers of different hues, they all lead a huge struggle. It starts in 1938. First anti-Hindi struggle was in 1938, and there was a huge rally. It moves towards Chennai from southern Tamil Nadu, and it converges on the Marina. And on the Marina was the first slogan for Dravida Nadu. We want a separate country. Dravida Nadu slogan rises. And the basic argument of Periyar and other Justice Party is, see, this country is ruled by Brahmins. Brahmins occupy all the streets, all the other. So if British Raj goes, it will be replaced by Brahmin Raj. That is their fear. So this is the basis of the conflict. 1938, the struggle continues for two full years. Then later, after 10 years, there is another anti-Hindi struggle when Omandur Ramasamy, he becomes chief minister immediately after independence, Congress. He also imposes Hindi, but this time he is scared of the reaction. So he says, Madras presidency's Malayalam speaking, Telugu and Kannada speaking areas only we will implement Hindi. But our nationalist newspaper, including the Hindu, criticize them that you are scared of this separatists. These Tamil these fighters were called as separatists. They were branded separatists.
Okay.
So immediately,
Yeah.
Umadar extends it to Tamil-speaking area also. And again, there is a
Yeah.
huge struggle. This is the 48 struggle. Later, at the
Yeah.
time of the constitution formation, then Hindi people like P.T. Tandon and some Ramanandan, I think, Jansang. And in the Constituent Assembly, there is a huge debate. People want to make Hindi the national language. But there is another section which is opposing Hindi. They say that both Hindi and English should be the national languages because it should be a link language. This is the basic conflict.
Right.
And there was a struggle again in Tamil Nadu. So after the struggle only, they say that Hindi will be, constitutional scheme was this. Hindi will be the language and English will be some associate language or additional language as official language. Two languages will continue. 1965, up to till 1965. And 1965, we will make Hindi the sole official language. So this also led to a lot of disquiet. So immediately there was some settle, but people were very restive. But what happens is, though they say that both languages will be official languages, Hindi actually, the way they spoke in Rajya Sabha and other places, you can call them only as fanatics. They only really vitiated the whole situation. And one Hukam Singh from Punjab, he says he supports Hindi as national language, but the way he looks at the Hindi fanatics language, people who support Hindi, their language, their attitude, he was so disgusted. He says English should also be there. He changes his stand. So this is the background.
Right.
So what happens is they start doing everything in Hindi. They bring Hindi into the railways, in the military, in everywhere, everywhere. So they were preparing for 1965, so that Hindi can become an official. So this also led to a lot of disquiet. And because of the disquiet, because of the struggles in Tamil Nadu, Prime Minister gives an assurance that English will continue as the second, that is additional language, official language, as long as people of non-Hindi speaking states wish. Only they can decide. We will consult only them in 1965. This is the assurance.
Right.
So 1964, official language bill is introduced in Parliament by Shastri. Again, they refused to incorporate Nehru's assurance into that law. So again, that is a biggest struggle. 1964-65, the biggest struggle. It leads to big unrest and hundreds of people sacrifice their lives and a lot of burnings and agitations. Violent. It was violent. It was suppressed also by the Congress government. And at the end of it, finally, government agrees to go by Nehru's formula of that is Hindi and English should continue as official language as long as non-Hindi speakers want it. So this is the background. So at the height of this, on the crest of this anti-Hindi agitation and other problems, other economic problems, rice, there is a famine kind of situation, economic issues. Then, and there is there's anti-Congress movements building up again. So at that moment, Dravidian party captured power. The Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, which was formed in 1949 after breaking away from Periyar. You know why they break away from Periyar? Periyar says we should not welcome independence. So independence meet will be a Brahmin Raj and it will be a Brahmin Baniyar Raj. So we want, he is asked for dominion status. But Annadurai sees a new political possibility in the newly emerging India. So he breaks away from Periyar and forms Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam 1949. And within 18 years, they come to power. So this is the basis of the whole struggle, anti-Hindi.
So in fact,
this is very interesting.
Stalin, when he is talking, Stalin, when he is referring to Stalin, when he is referring to the imposition of Hindi, he is also reminding the central leadership about the big struggle that took place in the 60s.
Yeah, 60. It started in 1930. See, I translated already Aruna. You must be knowing him. He was JPC member during Bofo's time. So already Aruna has written a book, Hindi Agadhipatyam. I translated it to English. It's called Hindi Imperialism. You should read that book to get a clear idea about what really happened, who really vitiated the atmosphere, entire background, all the 4-5 struggles, continuous struggles. Even after the
Okay.
80s, there was a struggle. Okay, this is the background. But very interesting irony in the situation is,
Yeah.
at the height of this anti-Hindi struggle, Hindi songs were very popular in Tamil Nadu. Hindi was studied.
Okay.
People studied Hindi in Dakshina Prachara Sabha. In that context, only Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said something in the assembly that
In
she
fact,
was not allowed to.
in Parliament, her position was questioned, quoting you.
Yeah, I was quoted because I gave a long interview. I was so shocked to hear that statement because
Yeah.
at that exact, she was in Sita Lakshmi Ramaswamy College in Trichy, SRC.
Yeah.
There, they had Hindi language. I was in St. Joseph's College. My sister belonged to the same batch as Nirmala Sitharaman. She studied BSc Physics. My sister, Nirmala Sitharaman, was an economic student. My sister took Hindi as second language. She suffered because of that, because her entire concentration was on Hindi. She couldn't really do physics. So this I exposed, and there was scholarship, and the same management runs a school called Savitri Vidyasala. They teach Sanskrit also. People who studied Hindi, when Nirmala Sitharaman was studying in the college, there was a Hindi option.
Yeah.
So it was a total
Right.
lie. That's why I export. And very irony of situation is, in that period, when at the height of Hindi agitation and later after DMK came to power, Hindi songs were very popular. Hindi films were very popular in Tamil Nadu. In Trichy, where I studied, there was one theatre which released mostly Hindi films, starting from Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Bobby, and we used to know all the Hindi songs by heart without knowing a single word. College students used to listen to Hindi songs. My brother, we all used to. Even now, I know Hindi songs, but I can't speak Hindi. I don't. But we love that song. Until the arrival of Ilayaraja, Hindi songs were very popular. Hindi films were very popular. Even in the 90s, So the basic point is, people were not against Hindi. They loved the Hindi music, Hindi films. Rajesh Khanna, Amitabh Bachchan, Sanjay Kumar, Hema Malini, Zeenat Aman, all this. And there was a program called Binaka Geet Mala on radio, all the radio. I think it was conducted by Amir Sayani, the famous anchor. So we used to wait for that program. It used to be at around 8 to 8:30. We used to listen to Hindi songs. We used to discuss Hindi songs. So it is not, Tamil Nadu was never against.
It was not opposition to the language, but against imposition.
It is not the language, because there were options. There were Hindi Prachara Sabha every year. Thousands of people are even now studying. So what Nirmala Sitharaman told in Assembly, I don't know if it's a privilege move. She was misleading the House. And that's what Dayanidhi Maran raised that issue. I don't know. If maybe a privilege issue. So this is the background.
Yeah, but coming back to this, coming back to the current struggle, Vijay, this delimitation was first highlighted by Stalin, and now somebody like Siddaramaiah has also picked up. And I'm also hearing from Kerala that that the CPM also, the Communist Party of India, Marxist-led government also will kind of support Stalin. So how do you see this context developing? Yeah.
No, context developing, because Tamil Nadu has always had a problem. It has been 100-year conflict for the Tamil Nadu, Brahmin, non-Brahmin, North India, South India. See, this anti-non-Brahmin struggle later become anti-North Indian struggle. So North Indians were dominating. It was the Dravidian understanding is, it's a Brahmin Baniya nationalism. Their nationalism. They want only one language. They want to concentrate power at the center. They don't want regional parties. That is the kind of thing. So now, see, basically the Dravidian concept as a landscape, the Dravidian land consists of all these 4 states: Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. Because the basic theory is, Sanskrit was in North India, and Tamil was in opposition to which can stand up to Sanskrit. So all the other, except Tamil, all the other South Indian languages emerge from the mix of Tamil and Sanskrit. That is the theory.
Right.
Okay, that's what people say that. So this now the delimitation issue has come up in a big way, because it's not a new issue. Actually, speaking in Telangana, into 2023 election, speaking in Nizamabad, Modi talks about it. Prime Minister Modi talked about it. He said, very interestingly, he said, this is there is going to be delimitation 2 years before this conflict. There is going to be delimitation, and South Indian states are going to lose, 100 seats. This is statement of Prime Minister Modi. And he blamed it on Congress, to win the election. It's an electoral gimmick.
Right.
He blamed it on the Congress because, according to him, he says Congress stand is that people's rights depends on the population. So population is high, you will get more rights. But I don't know if Congress ever said that. So this is the actual beginning of the controversy 2 years ago. There was concern, but nobody talked about it. But 2026 is the next delimitation schedule. It is supposed to, because this constituencies were, this is the background. We'll have to go back to in history to understand what really happened in delimitation. See, in the first 3 census, 51, 61, 71, 71, it was frozen. There is a number of seats based on the census of 1971. And in 1971, the population of Tamil Nadu was 54.8. So they got about 39 seats, one Pondicherry, 39 seats. So then they decided to, and per constituency, it's 10.1 lakh average, on an average, all over India. There may be some constituencies with more numbers, but this is the basis. 71, they decided to freeze it with an amendment act in 1976, 42nd amendment. They decided to freeze it, saying that if you go on increasing the number of seats, there will be no population control. Will take a beating. That's the understanding.
Right.
So you have to give incentive to states to control their population. So that's why they froze it, and it's not fair. If the people go on increasing seat, states with larger population
will get more seats.
That is the logic. So it was done, and so then it was decided in 1971. 1973 was the act, Constitution Amendment Act. So they wanted to revive it after 30 years, 2001. 2001, they wanted to do a delimitation on the basis of 2001 census. But 2001, again, Vajpayee government extended it to another 25 years with an 84 Constitution Amendment, 84. So that is now it has come up. So we don't know what is going to be the formula. And I have a paper. 2 things we have to discuss. What will be the implication? Who will lose and how much? This is the basic. So there are different calculations, but Carnegie Endowment, somebody has done a study. So that study shows very interesting. There are 2 ways of doing delimitation. Okay, one is to retain the number of seats at 543. Don't increase the number of seats, but increase the population. That is the number of percent in each constituency. If that happens, what happened? What will be the thing? What will be the result is these 4 North Indian states, Bimaru states. You know Bimaru, you know the state, no? Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, for example, we are taking only 4 states because these are very backward states. They are called Bimaru states because they are sick states because of no development. So their number, if the numbers are retained at 543, their number will increase from 174 to 205, an increase of 31 seats. Okay, for these 4 states. When it comes to Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, Kerala, their number will go down from 129, from the present 129 to 103. They are going to lose 26 seats. Stalin raised only Tamil Nadu case, but since you post it as a north-south divide, this is the real issue. This is a real concern. So the other scenario is you increase the seats to 1848, retaining the number of percent 1848.
Number of seats.
In that case, these UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, their present position 174, it will increase to 324, an increase of 150 seats. Southern states, from the present 129, they will get another 45 seats. Their increase will be only 45. The real problem is, if we are going by the 543 formula, 543 seats, so number of seats for these 4 states alone will be 205. Just 4 states. They need just another 66 seats from all the other states to get a majority. Okay, this is the real concern. So if it is going to be 848 seats, The total number of seats, there is these 4 North Indian states alone will get is 324. 324 means they need another 100 seats. 848, half a mark is
To, yeah,
424. 424. They need just
yeah.
100 seats from all the other states.
The seats,
From 4
all
states.
seats.
No, they may not win all the 324, but there's a possibility. Even if they
No,
win
that is
200,
the.
300.
Uh,
Yeah. So
if
this is the
the
real concern.
construction of the new parliament, if the construction of the new parliament building is any indication, Vijay, it's very
It's
clear
going to
that
be
they are going by the 800 plus pump. Yeah.
800 plus. Okay. The real, now go back to this 1971,
Yeah.
why it was done to
Yeah.
incentivize students to control population. But what happened in Tamil Nadu?
Yeah.
We'll take the case of Tamil Nadu alone. Tamil Nadu population
Yeah.
in 1971 was
Yeah.
4.11 crore.
Yeah.
UP population then was about 8.5 or 8.8 crores. UP. Okay. So now, after 40 years, in 2011, when there was a census, 2000, that was the last census, 2011, Tamil Nadu population was 7.6 crores. UP population is about 19.5 crores. Okay, it's doubled.
Okay.
That is also fine. After 40 years, not fine, but 40 years, Tamil Nadu grew by only 3 crores. 3 crores. And from 2000, now to 2025, the projected population for Tamil Nadu is less than 8 crores. That is the increase of just 1 crore. Okay. But UP will be about 25 crores. Okay. The real reason for this thing is population control. So there is one argument where the southern states have really implemented family planning very well. That's why population was controlled. But my contention is not the only reason, because population theory, development theory, according to theory, your development, your basic human index, human development index, your health, your education system, your job situation, if there is if they really improve, automatically, naturally, people tend to restrict the family size. This is the thing. So now, actually, India has reached almost reaching the replacement of fertility rate. Fertility rate has a direct, inversely proportional to, this is the theory. So now, going back by the theory, southern states, especially Tamil Nadu, states like Tamil Nadu with the social justice thing, that is the Dravidian model is based on backward class reservation. That is the basis.
Right.
So they built up a very good, formidable health system, formidable public health system, formidable education system, which is doing very well, and with the 2-language formula. We'll have to talk about 3-language formula slightly later, but very interestingly, when it comes to infant mortality rate, MMR, mother mortality rate, institutional deliveries, health index, in all these things, southern states, especially Tamil Nadu and Kerala mainly, they are at the top of the table, even going by the figures released by Niti Aayog. So you are punishing them for developing the state and controlling the population. This is the paradox. Now, the other side of the story is you are incentivizing northern states, giving them more seats. Okay, this is the issue. So that's why it's become north-south again, because of the policies of the government and the kind of secrecy. Secrecy, or it's not very clear. It's opaque. We don't know what is the formula. And very interestingly, after this opposition became an issue, Stalin took the initiative. They raised the issue, and Annamalai, the state BJP president, says that nobody has talked about it. Then I exposed it, saying that nobody talked about it in 2023. And Amit Shah, after seeing the opposition, he said there will be no increase. So whom should we believe? The Prime Minister or the Home Minister? So this is the basic issue, and I think Kerala also will take it up. Andhra and Telangana,
this conference of political parties that Stalin has called, does it essentially look at the Hindi issue, or is it about the delimitation?
No, it is about delimitation. Delimitation is the real concern. Delimitation will affect all the parties. If they are going to lose parliament seats, Tamil Nadu in the 540, if they retain 543, Tamil Nadu will lose 8 seats. If you go by
Okay.
this thing of 848 seats, Tamil Nadu will be gaining only net gain will be only 10, whereas UP's gain will be 63. So this is the thing is, one, development, you are punished for development, and even otherwise, this north-south divide comes in another financial thing, no, financial federalism, fiscal federalism.
Yeah.
There also there is a problem because Tamil Nadu and southern states send a huge tax revenue to the center. But what they get in return is bigger, some 20 rupees or 30 rupees. At the same time, UP gets about, for every 1 rupee, they get more than 2 rupees. So this this completely this changes the complete balance in favor of the North Indian states. That is the issue.
North Indian states. Yeah. You're talking about the difference between the 3-language formula and the 2-language formula. That's one of the things that we wanted to discuss. So, I mean, is that there is a stream of opinion, especially in Tamil Nadu, which says that the 2-language formula has helped Tamil Nadu achieve all these developmental indices. How is it connected?
No doubt about it. See, when they say there are 2 or 3 things to talk about. When official languages bill came up and when this issue developed in a big way, in 1968, Tamil Nadu Assembly passed a bill called law called 2-language formula. There, Annadurai says, very interesting. See, they are branded as separatists, DMK and Dravidian parties, and they are branded as Tamil fanatics. Okay. About 3-language formula, he says, I see, but the real, now you listen to what, if you look at what Annadurai said in the assembly, it debunks the theory that separatists, they are language fanatics. Both are wrong. What he says is, they call me a separatist. But I am not a separatist. If I want to be a separatist, I will do it in a moment, I will become popular. I will be affected by that. I can do it. I don't want to do it. But only by giving equal recognition to all languages, you can develop a nation. You can bring about integration. That is the theory. Then next argument is very interesting. He says, we don't want to only Tamil, Hindi, we are not against. Let Hindi be one of the national languages, official languages. Make all the 14 languages official languages.
Official.
And very interestingly, some related issues. 1974, for the first time in India, Karnanidhi appoints a commission to study center-state relations. Before even the central government did it, it is called Rajamannar Committee. They have beautiful recommendations they given. Even now, it's available online. Rajamannar, according to that, then they seek state autonomy resolution. They want more powers to the state. So this is a historical. So in that, while passing that resolution, you know why he says we want more powers, state should be more powers? Because he says even to lay a pipeline, we have to get the center's permission. So I ask for state autonomy, more rights for the state, not only for Tamils, for all the states in India, even for UP. So they are very democratic in that approach. It's not there. Yeah, this is a myth spread by, including the media in the North India. They don't understand. North Indian media, North India, the so-called national media, I see even famous anchors very aggressively talking about it. It's not true. They don't know what is happening down below the Vindhyas. They don't know. They have no idea. They can't even pronounce the name properly.
That is true. But where do you think this is going?
No, this is, I was asked this question, what will happen, this conflict? Coming back to 2-language formula, in Tamil Nadu, education and health-wise, and Tamil students are doing very well. They are spread all over India. In all the foreign universities, Tamil, they study only 2 languages. They are doing very well. I meet so many scientists. I interviewed a Sri Lankan scholar, Sivathambi, some 20 years ago, Dravidian movement. He said something very interesting. He's a very popular man. He's a great scholar, respected by people like Romila Thapar and others. So he said, whenever I go to foreign universities, I go to all the foreign as visiting professor, I meet so many scientists, other language experts. They all say that we are here because of Dravidian movement. We are here because of Periyar. I recently met some people from who is somebody studying genetics and culture. Very interesting migration patterns. He's from Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu has not suffered at all because of 2-language formula. On the other hand, this North Indian people and K. Annamalai himself admits in one place, there is a video.
Yeah.
He says, go and speak to any Bihari. He knows only one
Yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Any North Indian state, you go,
Yeah.
they speak only one
Yeah.
language. And what is taught?
Yeah.
Another argument in favor of two language formula is already people have core subjects, science or whatever, social science subjects. They have two languages to study. Why do you want to add one more language and burden them? Their concentration will be there to learn one more language, which is not really completely alien to their basic language. See, Kerala, Malayalam, Telugu, all they have some similarity with Hindi or Sanskrit. Tamil doesn't have anything. Maybe some words are there. So you at the same time, this latest thing is the PM Sri education scheme, PM Sri scheme. For that, they want Tamil Nadu to implement three language formula, and they say that we are not insisting on Hindi. Learn one more language, any language. There are two things. One, why should a student learn three languages in school or where? If he wants, there are so many opportunities. And with the development of technology, you can learn any language very easily. Okay, then. And whenever people migrate, when they have to settle in Delhi or in North India, they learn the language within 6 months or so. If many people who are not educated Tamils, I've seen them speaking fluent Tamil and Hindi or Gujarati when they settle there. So language cannot be imposed. Then third thing is under the PM Sri scheme, the courses offered, they say that people from Tamil Nadu or people from any state can language any language. If, for example, people in North India, students North India can study any South Indian language. But there is a recent table, NEP document, I think, which shows that most of the states, about 32 states, most of the states except northeastern states, they have only Hindi and Sanskrit. They offer only. There is not a single Tamil or Telugu
other language.
there is. It's not offered. It's not.
No, I don't think that they're I don't think they're even offering foreign languages.
Yeah, they're not offering. That's true. There's no. I have a table. There is a table which they're not offering. We can even show it if possible in the show. So this three language formula is another way to harass the state government and punish the southern state which are not voting for the BJP. This is the.
So Vijay, as you were pointing out, there is a historical context to all these issues, whether it is the imposition of Hindi issue, or whether it is the three language versus two language formula issue, or even delimitation. There is a historical context, and it's not a short history. The Tamil population and the entire South India, it has got its, the anthropological roots of all this is very clear. So we do not know what form it will take politically, but certainly there is a mobilization in all the four South Indian states, in four South Indian states, not all the four South Indian states, in four South Indian states, namely Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and Telangana. So, where do you think you have any final thoughts on what shape it will take in the days to come?
In the days to come, we cannot say that. Going by the past experience of anti-Hindi struggles, Tamil Nadu will be very. It's going to be very bad. Tamil Nadu situation. The reaction is not going to be very, because it's becoming very intense. Feelings are aroused, and very interesting. Another point about three language, two language, I want to make here, because if North Indian states which are following three language formula with Hindi or Sanskrit, if they have developed because three language formula, why should be there so much migration towards the south? And it's not happening in the cave. Now people from south, mostly they are migrating if they get some government jobs or some coolie jobs. Construction workers are migrating. Now you should look at the station, railway station, central station, Kerala station, the Coimbatore station. Why is there a huge migration of people who have really benefited from three language formula and the development policies of the even the Congress, North Indian state? This is the basic issue. And very interestingly, as I pointed out, people who go to any state from south to north, north to south, they learn the local language very easily. Now, if you look at any hotel or any establishment, Tamil Nadu, where North Indians or Northeastern people are involved, even in Kerala, you can see it. They speak very fluent Tamil. They learned it. So life, when they need it, people learn. You cannot impose, and people need not learn by compulsion. This is the basic theory. But it is, see, they are. I think it's a confrontation deliberately created by the BJP government, which can be solved. Even in the case of delimitation, there are so many theories how you can do it. For example, in the US, US population in 1911 was about 9.1 crore or something. Later, 2023, it was 32 crores. They did delimitation in about 2 years ago. They have 435 seats in the House of Representatives, but the number has not changed. In 37 states, same number of seats have been given to states. So there are ways to work on the problem. Why there is a doubt? No, about the intention. There is a doubt because of the Kashmir experience. Kashmir delimitation. The latest case of delimitation was in Kashmir, where they increased the seats to 83 to 90. 7 seats were added, and 6 were added to Jammu and Kashmir. They want to bring about a kind of parity between Jammu and Kashmir, or by increasing the number of seats in Jammu and by manipulating some parties in the valley. You can they can even capture power. So this is the doubt. This is the doubt. Basically, there is a lot of secrecy, opaqueness surrounding the whole delimitation issue, and past experience shows that we cannot trust this government on many issues. Many issues, not only this.
I think that yeah, please.
Yeah, another interesting point I should say. See, official language, if it is Hindi, and only 8. Recently, there was a read an article. Only in 8 states, Hindi is used as official language. In other places, they mix a lot of things. Local language plus English. That is one thing. And Hindi, what has Hindi done? Hindi is a very young language. It is less than 200 years old. Tamil is 2000-year old, or even other languages. But when official language, officially the official constitutional position is English and Hindi, why are you enacting laws like IPC? I can't even pronounce those laws.
Right, of course, absolutely. Anyway, I think these are all related issues as far as imposition of Hindi is concerned. These have been flagged earlier also. So basically, what you are saying is that Tamil Nadu is going to react very forcefully to this, and the kind of signals that I am getting from Kerala and Telangana is also that that it's going to be a very intense battle. Perhaps Karnataka will also join. So let us see how these things develop. Certainly, this has been a very illuminating conversation. So we'll come back to you in the days to come when we have more developments on this front. Thank you very much for joining this interaction, Vijay.
Welcome. Thanks for the opportunity.